well, I don't know why not. Oh, we got two people already. Hello, two people. Sophie and Ken. No, Jake's computer. I'm guessing Jake slept in. No, his computer is shit.
No, yeah, work computer. It's updating now. Not really sure what the deal is. So
we haven't started the recording there. I'm done with that. That was me finishing breakfast. Oh, I got the microphone in the perfect spot. Oh, when it's being, I'm eating a protein shake, and when I took it, it glopped all down the front. So the microphone is hiding it from live. But when we start recording when the computer's up, yeah, there'll be this big glop of shit on my sweatshirt. So nice. Yeah, I have a hard out today because I'm taking my kid to see the Dogman movie. I'm taking him and his friend to see the Dogman movie. And Jake, you'll get to this point right now. When you go to the movies, your kids are young. You have to take them in and sit with them. My kids are to the age where it's like, all right, I'm dropping you off. I'll stay in the lobby. It's not to the point where I'm just like, all right, you're in the theater running free, but I'm not going to sit through the fucking horrible movie that I don't want to see.
See, I'm glad Rich. I had kids after things like podcasts and smartphones and Bluetooth earbuds were a thing, because I've played about 19 hours of that Despicable Me movie. I haven't seen a single solid minute of it because I just have an earbud in all the time listening to a podcast.
So. The first Despicable Me is immensely watchable. It's very well done, but like anything, 2 is horrible. 3 is I think there's one that's like, fine. 1 is very good, but then they just the Minions movie, piece of garbage, like just bad, like just product for the sake of product. But the first one, I will say is worthwhile. What's your computer at?
Nice. 24. 63. Okay.
There we go. Jake is rebooting his computer. And the 6 people watching, where are you from, sir? Jake, well, we'll announce that when things officially begin. Duwakar. I'm sorry that I'm an American. We can't say words because we're dumb. When we begin, we always announce it from.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Duwakar. I'm not saying it exactly right, but yeah, it's
easy for you. I'm fucking stupid.
I'm a genius. I can say Duwakar.
See, that's the. So let's just start right in. See, Jake is a genius, but bald, and I'm stupid, but at least I have hair. I can be stupid, pretty boy, but with my hair. But
all great men in history were bald. I think I remember reading. I think a bald guy wrote that down somewhere.
Lex Luthor, Michael Jordan. Why am I drawing a blank? Bruce Willis, also bald.
Yeah.
Let's talk about World Cup 2026. No, because it's completely undecided. What will we talk about? Hey, we're not even to the beginning rounds. Let's just all make it up. You know, like
I know nothing about soccer. I watch real football, my friend.
I watch the World Cup, kind of. I treat the World Cup like I do games I don't care about in football. It's always on in the background. And I just sort of I'm going to say this, and everybody in the chat can come at me. I miss the vuvuzelas. When it was in South Africa, that buzz in the background was just I actually miss it. I enjoyed that. The nonstop vuvuzelas of that World Cup.
Dude, I could not tell you who won a single World Cup any year. I could not tell you who.
Well, I couldn't. I don't remember. I keep track, but I don't mark it down. No. I can tell you this: the Americans are always the first eliminated.
Right? Yeah, because none of us have ever played soccer. You know,
I did when I was a kid.
Yeah. I'm talking past the age of 7. None of us have ever played until we're in the World Cup all of a sudden. And
then I got into 7th grade and it was over.
Dude, if you show up to an American a World Cup soccer game and America's playing, if you show up with American flag on your shirt early enough, they will let you play. Okay, it is that's kind of how they draft most years.
It's like that Marky Mark movie with the Philadelphia Eagles, where it's like, hey, do you have 2 feet and can you kick a ball? You're hired.
That's right. That's right.
Open tryouts for the Eagles.
Yeah. In fact, most of the people on the American soccer team are just doing that to get drafted as a place kicker somewhere. Like that's the only reason they're there.
Yep. Duwakar, how do you say it? Duwakar?
Diwakar. It might be
Diwakar. He wants us to speak more slowly. Here's the deal. We're Americans, so we speak fast, but the good news is we're not saying anything important, so you're not missing anything. So
Yeah.
if we're speaking too fast for you, apologies, but again, you're not missing anything.
We're like psychics, but the opposite. We have no fucking idea what we're talking about.
Right. How's your computer looking?
It says it's 100%. It's rebooting.
It's rebooting. We're almost ready to get into stories. We're almost ready to get in. Oh, I just picked a scab off. Damn it. I didn't realize. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding down below.
My God.
Sophie and Ken, they have a game in my city next year. You can't even buy tickets unless you qualify by buying thousands in merchandise. Then $1,000. Oh, wait. Is 2026? Is that the year we're hosting, Sophie and Ken? Or are you overseas? Because I know we have it coming up. I just don't remember when.
Oh Christ! Now it says working on more updates.
You know Hindi language? No, I barely speak English, so I do not speak Hindi. Or how many dialects are there in India? How many different languages? There's a shit ton.
I know in Afghanistan they had Dari and Pashto. I know that's
Toronto. Okay, so yeah, this is the North American World Cup. It's got Mexico City, Toronto.
There we go.
What's but there are a handful of so next year is the North American World Cup. Ooh, exciting.
If it's in Toronto, that means Trump has slapped it with a 25% tariff. So look out.
There are 900 languages in India. That sounds about right. Hindi, Urdu. That's 2 of 900. I know there's a ton. I know there's a lot. I just don't know how many. Now we're just keep chatting because we're going off the chat until Jake's computer's ready.
Yeah.
So we're just
sorry. It's I can't believe my fucking computer's doing this to me right now, man.
Yeah, you need to get up and turn it on and do it immediately on Sundays.
I did it yesterday, and I've normally been pretty good about it, but then today we got like a straight up hard out.
I'm bleeding. Hi, Max Pension. Oh, you subbed. Thank you. 900. They couldn't decide on just one language. Yes, kind of like 900 gods in the world, and people think that their one is the best. Ooh, I just started talking religion. We're gonna offend people. Don't talk religion.
I kind of like the Indian religion. You know what I mean? Because the Hindu religion, right? Like, because they got all the different gods. It's more fun. It's more fun than just it's just one guy. We don't know what he looks like. He made everything. They got cool statues and shit. You know.
Okay, Sophie and Ken starting a Kickstarter to buy you a new computer. Here's the deal, Sophie and Ken. Before Jake was a married father of 2 and had money, I told him to buy one. He was having problems every week, and I'm like, buy a new. Now he has kids. Now he can't afford shit. So this is all on him. He's like, this is. Here's my impersonation of Jake. Computer that I can use for a long time, or alcohol that's going to kill me sooner. Oh, alcohol. So he would always buy alcohol, and he'll be dead now too soon because
alcohol podcasts better. It does. I swear, alcohol and Monster Energy drink. I'm fueled on both of those.
13% of the human race is in India, so it makes sense. I mean, they in China, are they still neck and neck, or did India pull ahead as far as the population? You love Vietnamese, yes or no? I mean, I'm indifferent. I think they're great. I like Thai food. I've never had Vietnamese food, so I don't know.
Yeah,
the people are fine.
Here's the thing. I love a banh mi sandwich. It smells awful. It smells awful. Like, I have eaten a banh mi sandwich at work before, like in the past, and my boss was just like, what the hell is that smell? You know what I mean? Like, the whole office could smell my sandwich. It's great. It tastes delicious, but eat it outside or by yourself. Crack a window when you eat those things. You know.
Bonnie AB 1206 is 6 years old. You should not be on here, Bonnie, because he says you should review Skibbity Toilet Please King. No, my son is 10 years old. All he talks about is Skibbity Toilet. I don't know what it is. Sometimes he plays garbage on Spotify that he says is Skibbity Toilet is the most unlistenable crap you've ever heard. But yeah, Bonnie AB. This is not your this live stream. This is not your live stream. We're going to talk politics and news in a second. We're definitely not talking Skibbity Toilet.
We might have to just live stream it, dude. This update thing is, I don't know what the fuck's going on with my computer, but
you got a backup?
Maybe. Yeah. Hang on. Give me a minute.
All right. How old are you both? Older than you. Diwakar. We are old Gen X men. I think Jake is Gen Xer. Is he a late millennial? Bro, I was kidding. Your son actually watches that? Yeah, my son is insane. He thinks it's funny, skibbity toilet. I don't know. My son is Vietnamese. The food is better in Vietnam. Really? All right, Sophie Ken. I've never tried it. I love Thai food. I love Indian food. Um, not too fond of Korean food. I've been in Korea 3 times, and I had a horrible experience my first time in Korea. My first time in Korea, I went during like a spring festival, and that meant there were just a whole ton. The streets were shut down, and vendors and shops, and I thought it was beautiful to walk around and see. But boiled bugs. First of all, it smelled horrible, and you would walk down the street and you would see there's this big pot, and they would ladle boiled bugs. I don't know what bugs they were, but they looked like cockroaches, and I almost threw up. And people were just, yeah, this is what we eat, and good for them. I'm not judging. I'm trying not to judge like, oh, that's evil and wrong. But from a personal standpoint, not for me. Just vats of boiling bugs. And then I'm not a seafood guy, and I know many Asian cultures are into seafood, and so I had a very good Laotian friend in high school. Very good Laotian friend. He got me to try octopus once, or was it squid? Or maybe it was both. Either way, so seafood out, not for me. Shrimp, squid, octopus, uh, crayfish in Louisiana, crawdaddies, crab, lobster, none of it. Sea bugs, don't eat it. Fish, nothing. So yeah, I've not tried Vietnamese. I love the noodles. I love the spices. I love the curries in India. But as far as Thai food, yeah, I love the noodle spices. I just get mine without seafood. I know shrimp is a big option. John Pork. Hi, how are you, Ranji? Yeah, I'm well here. Jake's trying to get a backup computer going. In Vietnam, they eat freshwater shrimp whole, shell and all. Well, that to me is awkward. Again, not judging and saying they're wrong, but I would not eat a whole shrimp. I don't even eat peeled shrimp, but yeah, shell and all. All right, good for them. If Optimus Prime was president, the last 4 years of this would have happened. By the way, I'm 47. If Optimus Prime was president, last 4 years, none of this would have happened. Well, no, but the world would have been laid waste because the Decepticons would have been fighting Optimus Prime, and it would have gone back and forth. So Kyle Miller, how is your day going? Well, it's fair. We're supposed to be starting a podcast. Jake is having technical difficulties, so we're doing a live cast and just responding to comments because we're not into the meat of it. But otherwise, it's good. Do I like spicy food? Yes, I do. I love spicy food, but I go about medium when it comes to Indian and Thai food. I know they like it spicier than me. I can handle it up to, like, on a scale of 1 to 5, 3. Once it gets above 3, so I'm a little moderate. Have you tried vegetarian Indian food? Yes, I have. I have tried it.
See, I like spicy food a lot, but I get heartburn. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy,
Yeah.
but the heartburn's just not worth it. So I got to go kind of mild these
Pork
days.
shouldn't be eaten. Oh, wait, I'm losing the chat. Pork shouldn't be eaten as of today and until the end of the world. Okay, why, John? You got to give us a reason. Can you give my friend Hugh Jassel a shout out? Okay, huge ass. I get it. What you're doing. That's an old. Even the Simpsons got that one. That was that Flaming Moe's. Can I speak to a huge ass? Yeah, is there a huge ass here? I'm huge ass. This was a prank call that went sideways. What a nice young boy. But yeah, so huge ass. I get it. Bonnie, you ain't 47. Bonnie said he was 47. This just either way. You should add power to that tech. Well, yeah, Jake should spicy mukbang. Bonnie, you have to tell me who's the handsome guy on the right. That's Jake. Jake is to my right there. Jake is on my right. This is my right. I think that's an L. That's my left. So Jake is the sexy guy on the right. Oh, now they're talking to each other. Sophie and Ken's talking to John. You would convert if you ever had good barbecue ribs. There you go. God has made it forbidden for today's people. Well, that's okay, John. That's your belief.
I'm eating all the pork I want. I'm eating bacon out of your mother's twat. How you like
well,
that?
There you go, John. Jake took it a little harsh. All right. Well, I was just going to say that assumes you believe in a God. Neither Jake and I do. We've never invented an invisible
That's right.
being to bark
I
at us
have
about what we can and cannot eat.
right after that. If it's truly a sin and God is real, may He strike me dead upon this podcast right now.
Oh,
Speaking of which, I'm in the Zoom.
okay. Here's the problem with striking you dead. We would get great ratings for that podcast. Like, ooh, he said strike him dead, and it happened. But that would be our last podcast. Like, it would be that we'd get great ratings, but that would
That's
unfortunately be it.
God smite sinner for eating a bacon sandwich and talking shit.
All right.
I got to turn you down on here. I got to
Yeah,
turn you.
I gotta make sure mine is muted. It is. As soon as the camera's on.
As soon as it's on, I got to mute yours. I got to mute yours.
You don't believe in Lord President God Musk? Well, he is real. All right. Bendito Savusito. I'm bad at names. We've already discussed this. Yes, Elon President
All
Lord.
right, I got to go regular. I got to go regular cam here because the other one's not working.
That's fine. You got to be respectful. It's God. You were talking so disrespectfully about fear God. I don't believe in a God, so I don't have to fear something I don't believe. All right, here we go. Ready?
Boom.
We are recording. All right. Hello, idiots on parade. The Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. That is Jake Vever with me as always, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
Hello. Apologies to everybody in the chat that it took me so long to get my computer stuff going.
I think they enjoyed the fact that we were chatting with them. So here we go. All right.
Yeah, a little bonus today.
I want to apologize up front because we did so much politics last week. I sent Jake all non-politics stories. I literally sent Jake no politics. And then yesterday, Trump said he announced the 25% tariffs that are is like, so we'll talk about that later. We'll get to it. But there's one thing I want to jump to several things. I want to make fun of the media. First of all, the first thing I want to do is make fun of the media. And the first thing I want to make fun of is, oh, here we go. So this isn't real news. This is E-News, the entertainment network. American Airlines crash. U.S. skaters shared chilling photo from plane. Chilling photo. Oh my goodness. What did he show? I'm going to click this clickbait story and take a look. Hey, media, suck all the dicks. It's a picture of the wing before taking off. It's the picture 10 million people a day take where it's just like, all right, everybody, I'm on a flight. Here we go. It's not chilling. Even the fact that something tragic happened and that poor soul lost his life in the plane, that's horrible. But to say that the fact like he took a picture from a plane, there's nothing wrong. It's not like he took a picture of the wing on fire seconds before. No, he posted a picture. Hey, everybody, I'm on a plane. It's not chilling. Fuck you, E! Online. I knew it was clickbait. I clicked it anyway. This is how they get you. These clickbait. Fuck you, media.
Yeah. If I ever die in a plane crash, I want it in my will that some hack journalist can't use a picture that I just randomly took that day. It's clickbait.
Exactly.
Otherwise, may God strike him dead, like he's going to do for me on this podcast because of what I said before it started in the live chat.
But the whole story is
also, if I live to the end of this podcast, it proves God's a lie.
That's true. So the whole story is about this poor kid and what a wonderful kid he was, and they're talking to the family, and it's like, it's a bit soon for fucking that. Like they lose their son, and the first thing the journalists do is have to get quotes out of him, like, hey, you lost your son. Can we talk about how great he was? How about you give him time to grieve? How about you fuck off, all journalists? Like, let them go through the pain. But yeah, a random picture of a wing, and there's text on it. ICT. They were coming from Wichita. I guess that must be the call to DCA. So yeah, he literally put, "Hey, everybody, I'm flying." It's not a chilling photo. Fuck you, journalists.
I think that's a special kind of a dead inside sociopath. That's just kind of like, hey, listen, there's a national tragedy. Let's send Gary. You know, he's the specialist for this. And they send Gary with his black suit that he wears to all the high profile funerals. And he goes up to the grieving loved ones and he's like, how do you feel about this? And then just puts the microphone right in their face. That's crazy. That's a sick man.
That's a sick man. Well, keeping on this was the one I was going to talk about. Keeping on the horrible tragedy of the crash. Um, this has been talked about. We're late to the game because it's Sunday, but the instant I saw this, I was beautiful. Trump blames diversity hiring as probe into deadly plane crash begins. Fine, we knew he was going to blame anybody. It's a complicated story. The air traffic controllers, they've been losing members for years, so DEI is very complicated. The idea was, hey, not let's just hire anyone that's a woman or black or gay to bump our numbers up, but let's extend training to those communities who may not be, know that they as a career option. Like, hey, let's put it out there that if you are interested and become qualified, we will hire you. But I did not expect this out of Trump. What I'm going to say, the idea that it was that he blamed the program allowed for the hiring of people with hearing and vision issues, not true, as well as paralysis, epilepsy, and dwarfism. That one jumped out at me. That, I mean, God bless this man. Anything to dwarfism. I want to know where Peter Dinklage has been these past few days, because I have not seen him quoted. No, where is the reporter that goes to grieving families? Where's the one that goes to Peter Dinklage when Trump insults dwarfs?
It's pretty wild, man, because I don't know how that would keep you from doing a job in an office or like a tower working on a computer. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
most physical disabilities will not stop you from working in an office. Let's be honest. That's what an air traffic control is. It's basically like a high tech office. So like, yeah, it doesn't matter if you're in a wheelchair. You can get on the phone and be like, hey, don't land yet, dummy. There's another guy landing. You know what I mean? Like, you can do that with most types of disability. So
High tech, high stress. But I mean, and this sentence goes without saying. Trump did not share any evidence that unqualified people, because that's not what he does. He just he lies. He puts out the anger, and then the dumb people believe it. But I
I
I,
just thought
I
it was
want to know.
crazy that he wasn't even waiting till they announced who was in the plane yet. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna blame DEI, at least wait until you see who was flying the helicopters and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if they pull a bunch of white people out of that helicopter, you're gonna have egg on your face, sir.
Well, the DEI, they have called the military DEI. They've blamed the military DEI for weakening, ruining the military. But this was on the other end. They're saying it was the controllers and anything the TSA. But he did.
Right, but we don't even know why it crashed. You know what I mean? Like, we
No,
don't.
right. It's not like there's not a level 1-to-1.
Right.
Oh, there was a
We don't
dwarf
know
in the
who
tower.
fucked up.
They crashed.
They fucked up. Why? We don't know if this could have been equipment malfunctions. This
Right.
could have been with Sully. Birds flew in his engine, and that's what did it. This could have been a goddamn pigeon that did this.
And if you've been paying attention to the past, it's not a one-off problem. If you've been paying attention for the past, I'm going to say 5-7 years, even back deeper, more and more you're reading stories that say, ooh, near miss, ooh, near miss, ooh, near miss, because air traffic control is a high stress, burnout job. They're overworked, and they need to recruit more people. They're trying to constantly fill positions and build it up. I don't want to say this was inevitable, but the blame game of, oh, it was Biden. Oh, it was the fact Trump just fired the head of he fired air traffic safety control. He disbanded, you know, the fact that he did that 5 days ago did not automatically lead to this, but it's just a compounding problem over time.
It's pretty hilarious that they're going to sit there on one hand going, the previous administrations, not the one before the last one, but
Right.
one before that. They have been fucking up the FAA. They've been running it bad. And how are we conservatives going to fix it? With massive budget cuts. Yes, we will purge all of the mismanagement by giving them less money. That's going to make them run better. We're going to
Absolutely.
have an autistic Nazi apartheid guy from South Africa slash their budget and then do a Zeke Heil. And that's going to make the whole fucking thing run smoother.
And this is people in the chat. If you remember this, give me the facts on this, Jake. I'm drawn when there was a train crash during Biden, the East Palestine, because everybody confused it with Palestinian. I believe it
Yeah,
was Ohio, but
that's
either
what
way, That they all blamed on Buttigieg, even though that was a direct one-to-one when Trump was in office. He cut all sorts of safeties and fundings to train, to rail, and then, Biden inherited it, and then there was a crash, and they're like, oh, look what happened to Biden in office. So anybody trying to blame Trump for this, it's a bit much. Like, it's just this compounding problem. Now, the train crash, but instead of trying to solve problems, it's just sad that both sides immediately point fingers.
Well, I mean, I think most of the fingers being pointed at Trump right now is from his response to it by just
Yeah.
you know, anybody who's flying a plane that's not a straight white guy. You know what I mean? Like that's the part that I think is. But you know what? Hey man, maybe he's right. You know what? I blame my hair loss on DEI. That's right. I had a Dominican barber for years, and every time he'd cut my hair, a little bit more would fall out by the next time I went. You mean you're telling me it had nothing to do with that man's ethnicity? Bullshit.
Bullshit.
He's making my hair look like this.
All right, next story. And this one, I should have led with this one. This should have been the very first story because this is a big old middle finger to you, Jake. You had me so confused. I was full of self-doubt. I believed that I was a stupid, bad, dumb, wrong person. I still believe that. But Dateline, Wednesday, January 29th, just this past week, year 2025 of our non-existent Lord, Harvey Weinstein begs to get out of Rikers Island hellhole in court. I told you he was still in there. You said that he got out, and I'm like, how did I miss this story? He's still in jail.
I think he got out for a little bit during COVID or something like that, and then they put him back, or there was something going on, or maybe I was confused because like some of his charges were dropped, but not all of them. Like, it was a big, it's big. My bad. I know a lot of journalists and stuff have a hard time correcting what they say in media, but I'm not one of them. You know, I fucked up, and I thought that Harvey Weinstein was out of jail. Maybe it's just one of those things that I wanted him to be out so bad. I just saw him like a mirage. You know what I mean? Like a thirsty man seeing a vending machine in the desert. That kind of thing.
Could be. All right, I'm going to read this story.
Together. You know what I mean?
I'm going to read this story sideways because I don't want to give the reveal because it took me by surprise. So, China is more in love with its pandas than ever. That's complicated matters for Beijing. Every morning at 7:30 a.m. sharp, a race begins on the outskirts of Chengdu, a sprawling Chinese metropolis known for its spicy hot pot old tea houses and the country's most beloved animal, giant pandas. This is the part I have to sneak around. People get up. There's a person who gets up every morning at 3 a.m. to be at the front of the line. Just seeing the panda's face makes me happy. The people line up for hours for a 3-minute rare fluffy ears. I'm just like, what 12-year-old girl is getting up at 3 a.m. to go look at a panda? Oh shit, it's a 32-year-old man. There's a 32-year-old man who gets up to go look at pandas at 3 a.m. multiple times. I did not see that coming. I just thought it was a 12-year-old girl.
Panda Pete at the zoo. And man, does Panda Pete creep those fucking guys out. I mean, like they pat him down before he goes. It's like, look, before you go in with the panda, no, that's chloroform. Take no. Hey, leave the condoms. Is that lotion in your hands? No. Clean that lotion off your hand, Panda Pete. You keep those hands where I can see them.
I don't think it's in the article, but I'm going to go on record right now and say that this dude lives alone. Very few friends, if any, no girlfriend. I mean, dude, whatever the void is in your life that you are filling with pandas, good on you. But I mean, are they still? Is China still like one man for like? There are so many more men than women that they're lonely. Yes. Is that still the case? So okay, so yeah.
Parents were aborting /
right because they had the one child for a while and everybody wanted a boy, so now it's off kilter that there's one woman for every 3 men or something like that, or 4. So that kind of explains it. But God, this is a Chinese incel. Oh my goodness, China, God bless. I just changed my opinion on this guy. I was making fun of him, but our incels buy guns and do horrible things. He just goes and looks at pandas. I think American incels need to take some cues from Chinese incels. and enjoy lovely nature animals.
From now on, every high school gets a panda. And just the insult could just come in and just look at the panda like, oh, look at his big eyes, and look at his fluffy ears, and then they calm down.
They're calm. Then they don't feel like, yeah, nobody touches my wee wee. Bang 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 bang. No, you're right.
That's right. I still think we should go with my other plan as well. We give women tax write offs for blowing weird dudes that can't make eye contact. I think that will help well. But then as a backup, we also have the cuddly pandas.
Okay. I mean, pandas are hard to come by. I'm not disagreeing with you, but we can expand it. I mean, we all saw the Tiger King documentary. We learned what not to do. So we get baby tigers the correct way. Any baby animals, baby koalas. Who would want to harm others when they're cuddling with a koala? And we get the non-herpes
service panda to make sure I don't light up homeroom.
Yes, we get the non-herpes koalas because I guess they're massively infested with herpes. That's either an internet lie that I bought.
That is. That's Panda Pete did that. The people like you, they were like, no, you spread herpes throughout the entire panda community. You better keep your hands out of your pockets where I can see them the whole time. Panda Pete, we are watching you. They wheel him in there in one of those things they had Hannibal Lecter in. One of the cage gurneys over his face. You know what I mean? You keep your mouths away from these pandas.
Panda Pete treats Australia the way perverts in America treat Thailand. He goes to Australia because he can't overpower a panda bear, but he can damn well take advantage of a koala. You are right. That's why they all have herpes. It's because of Panda Pete, because he knows that he can't beat down a panda, but he can damn well. Oh, poor koalas. We need to protect them from
the island. The other perverts just look at him and they're like, that guy, it's Panda Pete. He's here for the bears. Yeah. Like, no, not the big gay guys, like the literal bears. Like, he's into bears.
Okay, next story. We're gonna keep it light.
That dude's definitely a furry for sure, right?
Yes.
Like by day he's waiting to look at the pandas at the zoo, but by night he's dressed as one getting banged out. I think that's what's going on.
As I read the next story, I do want to give a massive middle finger to the New York Post because that's the host site for this story, and it's so many ads. Okay, does anybody click these? I know it's the Lawsome game that nobody, but it's like there's so many ads. Here we go. Plus size rapper who calls herself a BBW sues Lyft after driver said she couldn't fit in his car. And they show the picture as she is a big woman. Do they have her weight? She weighs nearly 489 pounds, claims the rejected unfolded earlier in Detroit when he pulled up in his Mercedes-Benz sedan and immediately locked his sedan. Not a, this is the four-door. This is a four-door. This is not an SUV. This is not, I would not, you don't get, oh my God, she has butt legs. Her legs are a butt. They're so, this is the lawsuit, everything. You don't get to sue when you can't fit in a car. I saw a comment that said, instead of calling a lift, she could have called forklift. And I'm like, come on, that's just clever. It was right there. And they put
yeah. No, I don't think she should call Uber. I don't think she should call a forklift. What I think she should do is get some black and white face paint, get some fluffy ears. Call Panda Pete. He will cart you around for free, madam. You got free rides for life with Panda Pete. He will wait on you at bended knee. You will just be sitting on your block. You know what I mean? Like they do it with tinted windows. Like it's gonna be kind of gross. We don't know for sure I know for sure what he's doing in there. But he will be on your block 24/7, sleeping in his car just in hopes that you need a ride somewhere.
And this will save you time in your life because if you are dressing like a panda, you can go French or American hippie. Just stop shaving. You got the fur, you got the hair, you got the legs, you got the 1970s mound below. You're not doing a landing strip. You're not doing a triangle. You get hairy as possible, and then you just white and black dye on your natural hair. You're a panda. Panda Pete is there to give you rides and get his thrill.
Panda Pete wants full-on Occupy Wall Street Bush. That's what I know about that man.
Oh, Bandito, speak for yourself. She sits up front in my car. Is that your thing, Bandito? Is it good on you? No judgment. If that's what you like, that's what you like.
Hell yeah, dude. You know,
I've been with a big girl, not that big, but yeah, there's something to be said about squishy. I enjoyed it. It was like there's a difference between sight and physical touch, and there are a lot of people that see a big girl like, not for me, yucky, whatever. Uh, you get in there, and there's movement, and there's roll. It can be. She's a bit much for me, but I've had a bigger girl, and
right?
the squish can be fun. So
I'd let her ruin the suspension on my 2012 Honda Fit. I'll tell you that right now. Hell yeah.
I just want to know if Bandito's serious. But yeah, he says, speak for yourself. She sits up. Well, good on you. Good on you. All right. Next story. This one I thought was interesting. We're going back into politics because it's just so. This is almost exactly like the chilling plane from photo, only a different direction. Column. It doesn't say opinion. It says column. The population exodus from anti-abortion states is underway and may be picking up steam. They've done 2 years of population flow. 13 states with total bans suffered a combined net loss of estimated 36,000 residents per quarter, or over 144,000 per year over 2 years. But here they go: 80 million and 13%. Oh, over 2 years, that amounts to a net loss of more than 1/3%. Oh no, what an exodus. 1/3 of 1% may have left because of the abortion ban. No reason given. There's no survey. Hey, why are you moving? They are literally looking at population flow and coming to a conclusion that over time the trend could result in a population 1% lower than it would have. Ooh, why is this a goddamn story? It's all speculation. That's why I said it's as bad as the goddamn picture of the airplane wing.
It's that. Yeah, that's if we're talking about less than 1% of the population either coming or going. What are we? Yeah, what are we doing here? That's crazy.
Well, and it's like I said, they're not filling out a form that says I am leaving because of this. It's all speculation. Who's the dickbag that wrote this?
That's right.
Michael Hitzik. Michael Hitzik is just coming to all these conclusions like, ooh, could be. This is not journalism is not could be.
Yeah, they could be leaving to fly to Panda to or fly to China to jerk off in that panda cage with Panda Pete.
Uh,
Could have nothing to do with abortions.
Could have nothing to do. All right, I need to
Could
start wrapping up because I got that hard out. All right, do we want to talk the tariffs? Because here's the interesting thing. So yesterday, Trump announced the significant new tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China, sparking retaliatory actions. So they're tariffing us. We are now in a tariff war. What I found interesting is we all saw this coming, but here's the article. Hedge funds' massive bet on stock market crash raises alarm for 401ks. Goldman Sachs has sent shockwaves through financial circles, revealing a dramatic surge in short positions against U.S. stocks, a move that signals a belief the market has headed for a crash. I mean, everything's going to become more expensive for all countries, and so yeah, just like the Big Short, billionaires, hedge funds worth trillions are betting that the economy is going to collapse. And what a fascinating time to be alive.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But you know what? He was talking about this the whole time he ran. So no one can.
This is not a surprise.
He was the whole time he was going, inflation is out of control. And then he'd go, I want to put a 25% tariff on everything. So it's like, okay, everything's going to get way more expensive if you do that. I mean, that's what a fucking tariff is. So it's a tax on the consumer, and they make sense if they're targeted, right? Like, let's say I make shirts, I
No,
make
don't,
shirts.
wait, boy, let me interrupt. Don't even make stuff up. The electric car, that was a good
Yeah,
tariff
yeah,
because China was going to flood the market like they did with solar. Chinese solar
right.
really fucked up American solar. So putting a tariff on electric cars is allowing Ford and so yeah, just use that. Go ahead.
But keep in mind when you do that, the consumer is still paying more.
Yes, they are.
You're paying more. You're just making the foreign good that was like cheaper. You're like artificially making it more expensive. You're not making your thing cheaper. You're only making it cheaper by comparison. So
Right.
the consumer pay more, and it's insane if you don't have an industry that's making stuff at least competitively.
That was what I was going to say. Can I jump in? That's
Yeah.
what I was going to say is when it comes to electric cars, yeah, Ford, Chevy, GM, they're all trying to make electric cars. So yes, we can tariff that and try and build our industry. The problem with the blanket non-targeted is we don't have cheap electronics. We don't make phones. We don't make televisions. We import so much from China that is where it hurts. We do not have a ground up television industry. So it doesn't. And the idea that, because he said this multiple times, he's trying to halt the flow of fentanyl and immigration. How the fuck does increasing prices on things like it makes zeros? He says it and does not justify it. And when asked, he says, "I have common sense." It's well,
because your thing is, well, the fentanyl's coming in with these products. For most of these products, people are still going to be buying them. They're just going to be paying more because we don't produce them.
Yeah,
a lot, and a lot of it is like, we might produce it on a small end, but it's like expensive organic versions of shit that you know what I mean? Like you get at kind of niche grocery stores and order online. It's not the kind of thing you're going to get at like Hy-Vee, Aldi's, whatever you get by you.
Oh, not even just that, but yeah, there are other certain things where you have like I'm just going to use washer dryers. We have Maytag here in Iowa, and so yeah, you can buy the shit top loader. You can buy a good front loader, or you do have the high end. So it may help in there. Wow, the sun really just started hitting me. So I don't know what I look like, but I am going blind because the sun just came around. Wow, everything behind me is black. This is actually kind of cool on the Zoom. I don't know on the This is a good look for me with everything black. It's like I'm highlighted. All right.
Yeah.
I got to get my kid to a movie, and I'm going to read a book. I'm reading the Bernie Madoff book right now. I'm going to sit in the lobby and read a book. But I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me.
Hey, real quick.
Go ahead.
Real quick.
Yeah.
God didn't smite me, huh?
Oh.
He's
we got
alive.
seconds left. We got a few seconds left. You may die. If you don't get out your final zinger, if you die before your final zinger, God exists. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. 1 hour special on YouTube, t-shirt store on my website. Go check it out. With me, as always, my good friend, Jake Vevra. You can find him on all social media at Jake Vevra, Vevra. He has a 1 hour special on YouTube, Unalived by Dog Pills. It is a real story of how, as a teenager, he ran out of drugs. So he said, let's take some dog pills. And they nudged him over the edge. They just sort of like put him into a little coma. Now, if you want to hear that story made funny, watch his special on YouTube.
The left side of my face is starting to hurt.
Does that mean there's a demigod and not a real god, just sort of like a little side god?
I think so.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We're dropping off the chat, and we're closing out the Spotify. Jake, I'll talk to you next week.
God bless Panda Pete.
All right, everyone. I'm shutting down the live chat. Thanks for watching. Sorry that we're going fast, but I have time constraints. Bye, Sophie and Ken. I see you on there.
Later. Sorry it took me so long to get the computer.